Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us back on the East Coastway. We are on the PC utilising the 2017 working timetable mod, and we are going to be doing an additional football special. So we're here at Newhaven Marine, and we're going to be running empty to Falmer, and from Falmer we're going to run in service, so I assume non-stop to Brighton. So let's hop in. We've got the road already, so we'll get the DRA off, and yeah, I suppose we shall make way. So that's a forward, and let's get going. Are we stopping anywhere within this bit, or just non-stop? Non-stop to Falmer. Yeah, the lovely 387. I've got a sound mod on for this as well. Lovely. Out of Newhaven Marine, we have also got the Rob S ongoing, sort of, it's still work in progress, enhancement pack for this route as well, hence the more sort of vegetation and foliage. Cool. Lovely. There's Newhaven Harbour, which we're not stopping at. I've had to set this in June as well, so it's quite late. It's well, coming up to 8 PM in game time, so I've sort of had to set it in June so we can actually get a little bit of light. If not, we're not going to get any light. That's a 313. Cool. And yeah, 8 coaches as well. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong. I've mentioned it before, but I've heard somewhere. Well, I should just ask one of the drivers, to be honest, at work. But can you only go into power level 2 on the Seaford branch? Is there some sort of power restriction if you're on the Electro Star? Someone mentioned it somewhere, and it's always like stuck in my head. It's like, We've got a yellow coming up. Up to 35. Bit of a weird place to spin it though at Newhaven Marine. And that's where we've had to start from. Well, I suppose Lewis, that probably couldn't take 8 coaches. Can platform 5 take 8 coaches? Might not be able to take 8 coaches. So this Newhaven Marine's really the only other place unless you go to Eastbourne. Cool, we'll do some sort of shunt move. Should probably be annoying to do. Isn't there a loading terminal here as well? That's not there in the enhancement pack. So we did have a single yellow, so we have to assume the next signal. I think I can see the next signal. It is green. We'll see when we can see it from the cab. We'll then speed up. Funny horn on this one as well. Up to 70. But I've been enjoying this timetable. It's nice to sort of actually have a fairly busy, lots of variety East Coastway. And I really do wish at some point they just do something like this for the base East Coastway, you know, for consoles and stuff. But I can't see that happening anytime soon. Lovely. There we go, out of here. Probably should try and get a thumbnail before it gets too dark. As I'd imagine once we're at Falmer, the sun's probably going to be gone. So I'll try and get a shot along here somewhere. But I think this is actually the first time we've actually driven the 387 on the Seaford branch. I don't think we've ever driven it down here. They come down here often in real life now. My son, yeah, they do come down here often now, as they do. Well, they can frequently be seen on Coastway services now in real life, which doesn't really help brand identity when you've got a Gatwick Express train on a Seaford train. New DSD audio on this as well. Again, we've got a sound mod for this as well. I'm not too keen on the horn though. Let's try and get a shot now before it gets too late, or before it gets too dark. Let's get it on that side. Bit of rotation, because, well, why not? I suppose. It's already quite bright as it is, as the sun's beaming onto it. Let's get a shot like that. There we go. Now we get 60 through Southeast. See, Southeast is always a funny one, because on this game you literally never go through Southeast. Or at least on the sort of original vanilla timetable, you always stop at Southeast. Unless you're doing a freight service, which you don't really do a lot of. It's either 50 or 60. Or is it 60 both ways or 50 on the down? I've always never really properly remembered the speed here. Must be 60 on the up. It does drop down for Southeast. Can we get the blind up now? There you go. Oh, that was noisy. Yeah, 60. Maybe it's 50 on the down, or 50 for freight, maybe. That might be where I get mixed up. It might be 50 if you're a freight service on the down. This is Southeast. And that was Southeast. Let's have a little look. Is it 50 if you're freight? Oh no, it's 60 on the down as well. That's where did I get 50 from? Unless there is a 50 further on for freight. Cool. Then it'll be 40 miles per hour at Sutherland Junction. Just check the audio quickly. I've literally just done one in the Electro style, so I can't imagine it's too different in the 387 as opposed to the 377 audio wise. Yeah, football special this is, which they do in real life when football's on at the Amex, which is home to Brighton and Hove Albion. They do pop the extra Lewis shuttle on. So we'll start slowing down for the 40 miles per hour limit, which it will come down to quite soon. Must be nice driving the Seafords in real life though. Scenic and pretty. Although quite intense, the Seaford diagrams. Because that at Seaford you get like 4 minutes. I mean, especially because if the down London train is late at Lewis, which is the connection, by the time you get to Seaford you're running late, it's straight away back and go again. So it's quite an intense working as on the Seaford if you've got 2 or 3 in a row, as it is there like 5-6 minutes either end. So I suppose by the time you shut down the cab, start walking to the other end, it's basically time to go again. That's probably down a bit too much. So if we could drop the seat a bit, but we can't. We'll have to bail a bit, I think. We'll have to bail a bit. Cool. This train calls that Falmer and not in service. This train calls that Falmer and not in service. Make sense? I'll change the PIS to Brighton. Well, on approach to Falmer. Because otherwise, if it says Brighton on the front, people will probably start, you know, getting all close to the train, and we don't want that at Lewis. Especially if it's busy. Although this time it probably is pickup, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if there's an earlier service. I suppose maybe the one which goes from Brighton to Newhaven Marine. Maybe that's the one taking the fans to football. Coming in, well, through platform 4 at Lewis. Nice to be able to play these mods now on PC. So it really sort of just breathes life into the... I'm almost getting bored of East Coastway on the sort of vanilla base game because nothing's really going on with it. There's no updates. The timetable's pretty crap. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, yeah, so it's quite nice to sort of have this where it sort of breathes a bit new life into it. Almost sounds like the horn's being done at speed when it's not. We're only going at 10 miles an hour. Sort of following something. This is Lewis, we're absolutely crawling through. Deafening everybody as we do so. Cool. Still 10 miles per hour. Harsh. Very, very slow. Well, that's Lewis. Let's say goodbye to it. But yeah, Falmer's quite a busy place. You've got the universities there, and the big Premier League football stadium for Brighton and Hove. So it's yeah, it gets pretty rammed. I mean, it's already a busy place alone without the football, Falmer. And Brighton to Falmer is a very busy section of this route. I mean, most of the time, if you're doing a Brighton to Seaford service, the train will be full up, and then by the time you get to Falmer, it just completely empties out. I'll fill up at Brighton and it empties out at Falmer. Come on, I want to speed it up. Hurry up. Although saying that, we've got a single yellow, so we can't really go too mad on the accelerator. As long as you guys can still see it alright. Hopefully it's not gone too dark yet. The visibility seems okay at the moment. Well, that sun is going though. Signal blocks are massive on this as well. So next signal is a bit of a way off. They're coming up on Kingston Tunnel. That's green now anyway. The next signal after that's ages away as well. It's up to 55. Actually, that's quite a short signal block, but the ones past here are pretty lengthy. Cool. As we speed up nicely. I doubt it's going to look that busy at Falmer. I mean, fingers crossed we might be able to hear the football stadium, but I think that's probably a bit too late for that. There's like randomly sometimes you can hear like a crowd cheering at the stadium, which is quite cool. I don't think any other route sort of has that. Even like for Wembley and stuff, I don't think you can hear crowds cheering. But this one does, which is cool. Over the A27. So we pick up the speed now up to 70. Let's get the that sorted quickly. There you go, that will do. Should now be set to Brighton. Yeah, Brighton on there, very small Brighton. Let's get another flyby shot, whilst it's still light enough to get flyby shots. Yeah, that sun is certainly dipping away now. Probably end up speeding whilst doing this shot. And there it goes. Cool. We're about 67 at the moment. Cool. There you go. Now as we've done a bit of the East Coastway recently, we have to do some of the West Coastway on Train Sim Classic. The trouble is with that, there's hardly any new scenarios coming out for it. I keep checking like ATS and Train Sim Community for new scenarios, but it's never appear. So please, if there is any players who play Train Sim Classic, make some scenarios for the West Coastway. More the merrier. Cool. In fact, after I've done this video, I might actually randomly create a scenario for the West Coastway on Train Sim Classic. There was a train last night, 1 Zulu 00 at 2:14 in the morning to Brighton. I mean, there's not really a lot to do for that. And maybe do the empty run back. The signal at the end of the platform at Falmer is red at the moment. Will the platform be busy? I'm assuming probably not. It'll probably still be like empty. It would be quite cool if somehow the timetable could increase the amount of NPCs at Falmer at this time when the service is coming through. Good thing is we'll be right to the end of the platform. You've got to be careful. It's quite steep going downhill here. Well, I was saying that, I think we got a green now. Well, there's a few people knocking about. Well, about the same as usual. Or is there a bit more? Maybe there is a bit more. Well, I was saying that we're on PC, so maybe there is just more anyway on here. And this is Falmer. So we'll probably get the service debrief as this is the empties. And it will start up the next service. Is it going to do that? Or will just say, oh, unlock the doors, okay. Doors are unlocked. Yeah, it should sort of end the service in a minute, then sort of start the next one up. Should do. Waiting for it. So I think the other one started at 20:07, so we're sort of perfectly here on time. Right, should end it. Is it going to end it? Yeah, end it and then continue. Return to free roam. There you go. Oh, 20:08, so perfectly on time. Here we are at Falmer though. Let's quickly do that. Quickly jump out. So I assume we'll probably are non-stop to Brighton. I mean, we could stop at Molescombe and London Road, but usually you're packed in like sardines on here, so And it says, as it's 8 coaches as well, would sort of make sense just to run fast. So you know, all the football fans getting on, be absolutely carnage, chaos, controlled chaos. Well, they're not even getting on. You're gonna get on. Usually it's just everyone's like running to get on, but maybe not. Come on, guys, this is the Brighton train. You getting on or not? Is anyone actually getting? Is anyone actually on the train? Maybe they all want Moulsecoomb and London Road. Is anyone? Oh, there's a few people on. Yeah, a few people on. Man, they must be on Moulsecoomb and London Road. These people. So I think we are. Yeah, we're non-stop into platform 8 at Brighton. Looks like these lot are not getting on. Just about fit in here at Falmer. It's an 8-coach platform. Just. It used to run 8 coaches on this route quite a lot. Originally the Brighton to Hastings and Orr services and vice versa, they were 8 coaches. But then they cut it back to 4 coach in the game, as that was more realistic. But I do hope at some point the sort of original East Coastway route does get some sort of remaster timetable update. When imagine being able to do Brighton all the way to Hastings or Orr, that would be awesome. Pevensey Bay, sort of through along the beach at Coodham Beach, etc., Bexhill. Hopefully one day. Might be wishful thinking though. Or even on Train Sim Classic, just being able to go from Eastbourne up to Bo Peep Junction near St Leonard's. Right, let's get the door shut. And let's get going. Next station stop is Brighton. On this football special. We are off. That's all downhill as well, so we pick up speed really quickly. Although it's at the moment 60, so we can't get too speed happy. Cool. There's the 70 there, then it's sent down to 55 just after Moulsecoomb. Should actually tick over 60 just as the rear unit passes the speedboard. Perfect. That's weird. Why did we get an AWS warning there for a green signal? Unless that signal's bugged. That's weird. I hope that signal's not bugged and that should have been a yellow, but it was a green or something. No, that one's yellow down there, by the looks of things. So it's not slowing down anyway. It comes down to 55. And the next signal after Moulsecoomb is like 200 metres after Moulsecoomb. Not green now anyway. So we're following something. This is the warning for the 55. Yeah, this is the warning. Through Moulsecoomb. And down to 30, just after London Road. Into Ditchling Road Tunnel. That's been a nice service, this one. I mean, pretty chilled out. Not really much to it, but it's just different driving the 387 on here. As Because yeah, these trains do come on here, well, every day realistically in real life. But when this timetable is set, they're still basically new trains. So someone could do maybe a 2025 timetable, which may be too tall. Tyler, who did this timetable, maybe he will do a modern timetable. It'll be free, well, lots of 387 services. Oh, 6 coach 313 as well. We got to do that one at some point. That'll be on the football special. Although not too sure it would have stopped at London Road. I think most of the time the 6 coach 313s just ran Brighton, Falmer, Lewis. So I hope that train's not stopping at Molescombe. I'm going to check that now. That would be not good if it is. That's what we can do and go route map. Yeah, hopefully that train's not stopping at Molescombe, because it can't stop at Molescombe. Let's have a look. Seaford 2015. What's the time in game now? Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. That train shouldn't stop at Molescombe, because there's no SDL on the 313s, so they can't stop there. So that's a bit weird. Not entirely sure that's correct. Yeah, there's another service coming in. Look at that. There's like a race coming into Brighton. So that train's probably going to win, as it's 25. Well, this is Brighton. You got some Thames Link in there. 313 leaving there on the west coast side. Nice. Feels busy, feels alive. They're really rushing into the platform. Wow. Certainly not going 15 miles an hour. And you've got the car park on the left there, which just looks a bit shambolic. Rob, who's doing the enhancement pack for this route, please just completely demolish the car park and do it again. As that original looks weird. Well, it's not even 2-story like down. This is like all one level here. I have no idea what happened there. Well, that was fun. Cool. And here we are. Let's do that. DRA on, whack the door button, and we'll do that and put those on. Well, that is going to be it from me, everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. That was an 8-coach run on the East Coastway in the 387. Empties Newhaven Marine to Falmer, then in service from Falmer to Brighton on a football additional service. Links usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our affiliate link for the lovely UK departure board. We've also got the 5% off coupon. Use that coupon because it does take a fair chunk of money off. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye, guys.